You hear it all the time: baby boomers, millennials. These are the generations that often dominate the conversation. But sandwiched between these two massive generations is another, a generation often overlooked. They are Generation X. Born between the mid-1960s and the early 1980s, this is a generation that defies easy categorization. They grew up in a time of significant social and technological change. They are the children of the Cold War and the dawn of the digital age. They played outside until the streetlights came on and witnessed the birth of personal computing. They witnessed the fall of the Berlin Wall and the rise of the internet. They saw the world change in ways their parents could never have imagined. This is their story, a story of resilience, independence, and adaptability. Gen Xers are known for their independent spirit and their resilience. They grew up in a time when they had to figure things out on their own. They are the latchkey kids, growing up in a time before helicopter parenting. They learned to be self-reliant from a young age. This generation learned to adapt and fend for themselves. They became resourceful and innovative, often finding creative solutions to problems. They developed a healthy skepticism and a dark sense of humor. Their humor often reflects the challenges and uncertainties they faced growing up. They also developed a deep appreciation for authenticity. In a world that was rapidly changing, they valued what was real and genuine. Today, Generation X is making its mark in every field, from technology to the arts. They are leaders, innovators, and creators, continuing to shape the world in their unique way. As they balance careers, families, and personal passions, Gen Xers continue to demonstrate the resilience and adaptability that have always defined them. Generation X may not always be in the spotlight, but their impact is undeniable. They are the bridge between the past and the future, carrying forward lessons learned and paving the way for what's to come. Demographers generally place the birth years for Generation X between 1965 and 1980. But generational lines are not always clear-cut. Some might argue for a slightly earlier start or a later end date. The truth is, generations are shaped by shared experiences as much as they are by birth years. Think about it. The events of a particular era leave a lasting impact on those who live through them. For Gen X, these formative events include the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal, and the AIDS crisis. These events instilled in them a sense of disillusionment, but also a determination to create a better world. So why Generation X? The X is often interpreted as a symbol of the unknown or the undefined. This perfectly captures the spirit of this unique generation. Gen X came of age in a time of rapid social and technological change. They were constantly bombarded with new information and new ideas. This generation wasn't afraid to question the status quo. They embraced the unknown. They were pioneers in music, fashion, and technology. They were the first generation to grow up with personal computers and video games. They were the ones who ushered in the age of the internet. Shaping history, witnessing change, and driving innovation. Gen X grew up during a time of significant historical change. They were the generation that saw the world transform in ways that were previously unimaginable. They saw the fall of the Berlin Wall, a moment that symbolized the end of decades of division and the beginning of a new era of unity. They witnessed the end of the Cold War, a period marked by intense geopolitical tension and the threat of nuclear conflict. They experienced the rise of globalization as the world became more interconnected through trade, technology, and communication. And they felt the impact of the First Gulf War, which brought the realities of modern warfare into their living rooms. But they weren't just passive observers. They were active participants in the events that shaped their world. Gen Xers were active participants in shaping history. They took to the streets, organized movements, and demanded change. They were at the forefront of the grunge movement, challenging the materialism of the 1980s with their own unique style and ethos. They were early adopters of the internet, laying the foundation for the digital world we live in today. Their curiosity and willingness to explore new technologies paved the way for the digital revolution. Gen Xers have continued to drive innovation in various fields, from technology to the arts. Their contributions have left an indelible mark on the world, shaping the future for generations to come. Bridging the gap between boomers and millennials. Generation X occupies a unique space between two larger generations, the baby boomers and the millennials. Often caught in the middle, Gen X serves as a bridge between these two distinct groups. They understand the values and experiences of the baby boomers, having grown up with them as parents and role models. They also relate to the idealism and tech savviness of the millennials, having paved the way for many of the technological advancements millennials take for granted. This ability to connect with different generations makes Gen Xers natural mediators and communicators. The legacy of Gen X culture, technology, and resilience. Gen X has left an undeniable mark on the world. They have shaped our culture, our technology, and our understanding of resilience. From music and fashion to technology and politics, their influence can be felt in countless aspects of modern life. They gave us grunge music and indie films. They pioneered street style and skateboarding culture. They were the first to embrace the internet and digital communication. And they continue to challenge conventional thinking in business, politics, and social activism. More than anything, they taught us the importance of adaptability, independence, and a healthy dose of skepticism. A call to action. Stand up and be counted, Gen X. This is your moment, your time to shine. The world needs to hear your voice, your stories, and your experiences. You are the bridge between the analog past and the digital future, and that unique perspective is invaluable. So to all the Gen Xers out there, it's time to stand up and be counted. You've lived through some of the most transformative times in history. From the fall of the Berlin Wall to the rise of the internet, your experiences have shaped the world we live in today. Don't let the boomers and millennials steal the show. Your contributions are just as significant, if not more. You've navigated the complexities of a rapidly changing world with resilience and adaptability. You've got a story to tell, and the world needs to hear it. Whether it's your first experience with a computer, your thoughts during the Cold War, or how you adapted to the digital age, every story matters. Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's create a tapestry of memories that showcases the diversity and strength of Generation X. Your stories are the threads that weave the fabric of our shared history. Tell us what it was like to grow up in the shadow of the Cold War. How did it shape your worldview? What were your thoughts and fears during those tense times? Describe what it was like to witness the birth of the internet. How did it change your life? What were your first impressions of this new interconnected world? Let's show the world that Generation X is a force to be reckoned with. Your creativity, your resilience, and your spirit are unmatched. You faced challenges head-on and emerged stronger. A generation of innovators, survivors, and all-around awesome people. You've contributed to advancements in technology, culture, and society. Your legacy is one of perseverance and ingenuity. Let's hear you roar, Gen X. Your voice is powerful and your stories are inspiring. Stand up, be counted, and let the world know that Generation X is here to make a difference.